Hello, Warfighters. War is hell. Welcome to the next episode of Star Citizen. The end of the last episode, we saw Snackbar, the person who I'm playing as, have his Aurora be heavily damaged. I mean, we're talking about reverse thrusters being destroyed and a number of other things that made it difficult to even land the ship, let alone conduct normal operations. So we're going to be trying to see what we could do after everything has been repaired to try and recoup some of the money that we had spent on trying to get this ship back in working order. Now, I do want to remind you guys that if you are enjoying this series, please comment and tell me what that is. Hit that like button as well, so that way I know that you guys are enjoying it that way too. Subscribe, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when future episodes of Star Citizen come out. If you can support me on Patreon, that's another great way to help me. I'm hoping to be able to get some additional ships and stuff like that too. If I can't get them in-game, I'm hoping to be able to buy them with real-life money. That's where you guys can kind of help me out, or just with general support of the channel. Remember, also in the description, not only will you find the link to Patreon, but you also find a link to the War is Hell Discord. We'd love to have you there and kind of join in on some of the conversation and news regarding Star Citizen. So for this first mission, we're trying to find a guy named Bales. We're going to be, obviously, quantum traveling to the dark side of the moon of Yela. And I targeted Aston Ridge aid shelter because it is semi-close to the derelict site that we're trying to find Bales at. I don't know if we're going to find any survivors or if everybody's going to be dead, so I'm kind of going through and expecting the worst. But you see I got a long way to go, 56 clicks to be able to get to that derelict site. Don't worry, guys, I'm not going to make you sit here and watch all of it. But some of these crash sites have some really good stuff that's there. You might be able to find some crates that have some, whether it's like minerals or just kind of other goods you can kind of pick up and take with you too. I don't know if I'll necessarily do that. But at this derelict site, I don't know, I might be able to find the black box too. It's not one of the missions that I have, but it still might be key in trying to figure out what happened. As I'm getting close to the surface, you can see this snowstorm has kind of kicked up, making it very difficult for me to be able to see what is up ahead of me. Well, at least I could stop quickly now. Okay, so it looks like we've got a downed caterpillar. There is the front part, just off to the right. And we've got the second part, which comprises the main portion. Oh, it looks like it broke up into threes. Okay, well, from here, I'm about 100 meters away. I mean, 91 is what it's showing to the marker. There we go. We've hit the ground, and so now it's just a matter of going over there and finding Bales. With the state that the caterpillar is in, I'm not confident that we're going to find any survivors, so Bales is probably dead. But obviously, I have to go ahead and get that confirmation. So I'm just going to hop out here and just kind of work my way over to the caterpillar. One of the things I was checking as I was coming in was to see if there was any other ships that were nearby. Nobody's landed around here, so I think I am alone as I try and move here. It's really cool, I think, just the way everything looks. So I got the light coming obviously from the Aurora. Man, this game, like the beauty of it, you just really notice it at some points, and I feel like being on some of these alien planets and moons, you really get to showcase some different environments that just look absolutely awesome. Yep, we've got one person who is dead up ahead. I'm going to look to see if I could find anybody else. Now, we might be able to find some bodies not only on the outside, but we might find some on the inside of the caterpillar as well. Me venturing into it can be a pretty dangerous thing to do. Not necessarily from the fact that I might get injured, but I might get stuck. In fact, that's happened a couple times to me already, just trying to investigate different areas. I just won't be able to move out of it, and I usually have to just end it. But yeah, here's some of the crates. Got a couple guys who are in here. Get closer. That is not Bales. Okay, we had someone over here. This might be Bales. Nope. Usually, not every time, but usually at these crash sites, you might have 8 crew members. And so just kind of going through all of them. I mean, I'm a quarter of the way through. Still haven't found Bales yet. There's a way to kind of get up here, but oh, here's another person. Nope, not Bales. Okay. Still nothing on the outside. This is the cockpit. So the person that I found last was probably the pilot who got thrown out of it as this particular Caterpillar crashed. Well, here's another person. Still not Bales. It's really just gotta keep looking. I can hear the black box. You might be able to hear some beeping going on in the background. Oh, here's another person. But yeah, I'll see if I can get the black box and take it in. Nope. Black box is obviously on the inside. We're going to take a look in this area. Low gravity makes it pretty easy. Yeah, here's the cockpit like I was telling you guys. Oh, that's just disappearing. But yeah, no, the low gravity here on this planet makes it easy to be able to jump up like this, which makes me a lot easier to get to some different places. But it does just seem absolutely freezing here too. Now, this is a lot of stuff I could try and pick up and take with me, but I'm a little concerned about the amount of time that it's going to take for me to pick some of these up and take it with me. And I really don't have that much space either. If you remember how, tight of a fit a lot of the things with the Aurora are, it may not necessarily be too surprising. I mean, speaking of surprising, with as small as the Aurora is, that's pretty cool that they we kind of have made it to where it's a very well-balanced ship. Like, that's one of the things I've been enjoying flying it. So you got, like, the bed in the back to where you can save your location. You've got just a little bit of area where you can drop off a crate. So you could do, like, delivery missions. The version of the Aurora that I have has a little bit of bite to it. I mean, obviously nothing like just a pure dedicated fighter. But still, it packs quite a wallop. So if anybody does try to come up against me, I usually can make somewhat short work of them. Even to something as large as a multi-crew vessel like the Constellation. Been able to take down, I think, a couple of them. It takes a while, but it can be done. Okay, since I have the black box, I'm just going to set it here, see if I can continue to search for Bales. Here we go. Oh, hey, there's Bales. I guess that was just pure luck going ahead and picking up that black box coming out. It's just one of those things. You got to step back for a little bit. Get a fresh set of eyes. Whatever you're trying to find. Okay, so with this black box, I'm going to take it back to Port Olisar. We're going to give it there, or we're going to give it to them there, so that way they can kind of review it, get some information on what may have happened. With as many crashes as there are, I mean, there's nothing here that looks like it's too out of the ordinary. It probably just comes down to whether was it some kind of mechanical error, was it pilot error. The black box is going to be able to say exactly what it was. Now, the frustrating thing, obviously, about trying to get any box into the Aurora right now is it becomes a very delicate process. But we do have some low G on Yela, so it's do a massive, awesomely high jump up into this. Wouldn't be able to do it in most other ships, but it still works with the 325. I mean, with the Aurora here. But yeah, so that was a pretty cool experience. being on the ground like that, seeing the snowstorms and everything in that environment was really cool. First time I'd seen it since some of the new technology that has been integrated into Star Citizen. So I'm excited for some other types of weather, like sandstorms and stuff like that. Some really heavy rain would be cool too. But I'm sure they have enough on their plate as it is. But still, really cool to be able to see some of the new dynamics as far as weather in game. All right, so we're at Port Olisar. I saw 2 hostile contacts that are in the area. Obviously, I'm somewhat safe here at Port Olisar because I am in the armistice zone where nobody could fire at each other, but that doesn't mean they can't try and ram me or something and destroy my ship. All right, we are at our landing zone. Activated auto landing just for ease of simplicity. And then what I'm going to have to do is get out of my seat, pick up that box that we found, and drop it off at the correct terminal, which should be right here. All right, we'll pick it up. We'll open the door, and we'll jump right on out. Now, sometimes you will be able to find some missions where it's just find the black box and that's it. And those ones I tend to be the easiest when it comes to some of the landing sites, because when you have to like search for a particular person, or in the case of majority of the missions, I feel like you have to go around and search for everybody. It could be somewhat lucrative if you kind of move pretty fast. But anyway, with that dropped off at Port Olisar, we're going to start doing a couple combat missions if possible, just to earn some additional revenue. So from where we're at to where we're going, you can see is really not that far at all. We're staying within the Stanton, within the Crusader interplanetary system. All right, got to do another jump. This one's going to be a lot smaller. It's going to save a bunch of time too. Over 700 kilometers, and I would have had to do the equivalent of hoofing it by staying under sublight. You know, I question though whether or not I would have actually been able to make it there without running out of any, or out of all my fuel, but that's one thing I really don't want to have to test. Anyway, so now I am at the first combat mission. We're going to see how this goes. This is going to be a CS4 mission, so this is going to be the most difficult of the bounty hunting missions that I've done so far. Target, as you can see, is right up ahead. 10 kilometers basically left to go. When I've done CS1s, there's usually one. Same thing with 2, or CS2s, there's usually 2. And now I'm seeing 4. So that's good to know. I'm outnumbered 4-1 here. We've got a Constellation Andromeda, which is a big multi-crewed ship. You have the Cutlass Black. I wouldn't be surprised if the other 2 are fighters. The question is how I'm going to go approaching this. Okay, you know what? Cutlass is coming right for me. This thing has some pretty big guns on the front that can cause a lot of damage. A lot of times I just want to go from the smallest and kind of work my way in. But with as much punch as this thing has, I want to take it out first. I don't know if I'm going to survive this. I guess I haven't even thought what the contingency plan is for this series if I do end up dying or something like that. I'll have to figure that out later. Anyway, I've got the rear shields taken out, and it looks like he's trying to get away, so I'm getting a lot of hits on the rear, but he might be banking to the side. Yeah, I think I'm starting to hit shields again. And there we go. So what I feel is the biggest threat has been destroyed. We're going to move on to the next one. Yep, we got some bucks here, the Drake Buccaneer. And these are going to be the smaller guys that I was telling you about. You know, I thought I was seeing 4, but when they were approaching me, there's only 3. So I'm kind of curious to see what's happening and where's going on. Now, the person I'm supposed to go for, Preston Aral, I think he's in the Connie. All right, I got this guy on the run. I wonder if I damaged his... Yep, engines have blown off. So this should be a piece of cake. He's like right in front of me. Oh, that sucks. Okay, what do we have left? Looking at the radar, I've only got one, and that will be the Andromeda. This is going to take some time to go through and wear down the shields. But I obviously have an advantage of maneuverability. I'm not too worried about speed really at this point. I mean, yes, I am faster than this ship is, but I kind of don't want to get too close because it has 2 gunners, I believe. A top and bottom turret, in addition to the pilot in the front. And I want to stay as far away as possible so that way there's less of a chance of me getting hit, but slowly moving up. Okay, gotta take a little bit of a break since my weapons were overheating. You know, and that's one of the things that you can upgrade too is your cooling system, so that way you can be firing a lot longer. That was a piece of cake. Destroyed that constellation. Alright, so for a CS4 mission, that was actually super easy. Well, I get some credit for the kills, and I actually complete the mission too. Who knows, maybe I'll try another CS4 again. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, see, there's the 1500 just for destroying the constellation. Then I got the 3000 for completing the mission. So there's a lot of things I could really do at this point. I could try to see if there are more bounties to collect in this area. I mean, this has been pretty ripe to make some money. And so I wouldn't be surprised if I went into the mission list and had some options to be able to select from. But I think what I'm going to do actually is I am going to log out. But I want to do something a little bit interesting. So I'm going to land on this asteroid right in front of me. And then I'm going to hop in the back of my ship where the bed is and lock that out. That's or log out. That's a pretty cool mechanic that they have in the game. It allows you to save your location. So that way, if you know you're like me right here and you kind of want to stay in this area to collect some bounties a little bit later on, you don't want to have to waste fuel or anything. As soon as I log back into the game the next time, I'll be right here. So that'll be pretty cool. I just got to find a somewhat smooth surface to land at. So I'll just pick this spot right here. Except for the fact I am on an angle. I'm going to have to move up. Yeah, I'm going to have to make sure I power everything down too, so that way I'm not as easy to spot. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As I'm working on landing, I figure I'll just do my normal closing. But if you guys did enjoy it, comment, tell me what you liked. Make sure you also hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon for more. Because yes, we're going to have more Star Citizen coming later on. If you want to support me, help get new ships, and also just support the channel in general, Patreon is the best way to do that. You'll find the link in the description below, as well as a link to the Warriors Hell Discord. Anyway, I'm going to hop on back now. This is the first time I've done it in this series. You know, I got the doors right and left. And right here is the bed. So I'm just going to hop right on in. A little tight and cramped. But I'm going to be sleeping on an asteroid. How cool is that? Anyway, that's going to be it here for this episode. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. War is hell. You don't have to worry because Warfighters, I got your 6.